7 turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the seat Gulf Air 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 ME.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Hello there guys, Matt here and welcome back to part numero 2 of the easyJet flight from Liverpool down to Malaga, Easy 51 Mike November. We've been in the cruise for about 2 hours, just over 2 hours, and actually no, we've been in the cruise for about an hour and a half. We've been in the air for just over 2 hours, 2 hours 6 minutes, and we are making some pretty good headway. We've got just under 200 miles left to run, landing into Malaga in about 30 odd minutes, just over 30 minutes. So I am going to do some arrival planning. The first thing I need to do is grab the weather for Malaga, so we'll just run that through the system. Lima Echo Mike Golf, and we'll send that off, and we'll get a message back with it here. So the wind is variable at 2 knots. Cavalcade 24 degrees already at this time of the morning. Very nice in Spain in the summer. And QNH 1015. And if we head across to the charts, we've still got Liverpool from before. We can put Malaga in, and we can have a look at the aerodrome layout and see what is what. So let's have a look at there's so many charts. Here we go. So there's a 1-3, a 1-2, a 3-0, and a 3-1. I went to Malaga about 15 years ago. There's only one runway back then, so I guess they've added another one, and we landed on a runway 1-3. Yeah, runway 1-3. However, the wind is, well, it's completely calm, so it doesn't really matter which runway we land on. There's probably a preferential runway. I would imagine it's runway 31, considering that they always seem to run with the most westerly facing runway as a preferential one, which then technically means it would be runway 30, but I want to park here, so yeah, I don't know why there's two runways. Maybe they're building like a terminal on the other side. I don't know. Anyway, so that brings us onto the flight plan and the arrival. Now, the last waypoint is VULP, or VULPE. I don't know how you pronounce that. VULPE. And let's have a look at the charts. So, this could be it. This is probably not it. And there's quite a few at the top as well, so let's just see if we can find anyone that makes sense. So this is, okay, so this is a, is there no RNAV arrivals? No, there's not. So this is usable between 2300 and 0700, so is the other one, I assume the other one is for the daytime. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be this one. It's going to be the VULP, or VULPE 1 Juliet, arrival runway 31, which is, goes kind of southwest of the airfield, and then a 2060 ME arc. So I guess from the waypoint Etrov, which is the initial approach fix, we do something. Let's have a look at the ILS. There you go. There it is, right there. Etrov, and then to this point here, and then onto the ILS. So let's program that in. Get the chart back up so I can see what I'm doing. 1 Juliet arrival. Yeah. Easy. All right. So back down here. Click on that. Actually, no, not that. Click on Malaga, and then arrival, and then ILS Zulu, runway 31, and then the 1 Juliet arrival. If I can find it. There it is. And then Etrov is already in, which is good. So we can insert that, and then we go on the plan page, and we can step it through. There, look at that, perfect. That's exactly what the chart looked like. Just go further down. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Spot on. There's that arc that it talks about, and then straight onto the ILS. Well, either above 2,000 feet apparently, but the chart's restrictions say that we should be in that arc. We should be, the minimum is 4,000 feet. So I'm just going to assume that the vertical profile on this is perfect, which, to be fair, it normally is. Alright, so that brings us to the performance page. Next phase. I will go across to this side, ATSU, AOC menu, received messages, grab that. So it's variable at 2, so just stick it in like this. I don't know if the Airbus actually has a variable signal symbol or something. I have no idea. The transition altitude is somewhere on the chart. Flight level 60, which it's already put in for us. Nice. Temperature 24, as I said before, and the QNH is 1015. And the MDA for runway 31 is ILS Zulu, runway 31, MDA. Category C is ABC. 320 feet. And that can be with auto brake low and 134. There's no need to override any of that. The wind is basically non-existent, so that's that. Sweet. So 206 miles actually once we put the arrival in. 2.4 tons of fuel to land with. Perfect planning. And we'll be starting our descent in just over 80 miles. There isn't really much else to say. I took the webcam off. I kept the webcam on for the first part of the video, just so I could say hi and kind of introduce myself. Because if I turned around and said, "Oh, hey guys, I lost weight," without a webcam on, people would just go, "Nah, you're lying." So it's easier to just show, and then. But the webcam is probably something I won't have on in every video. I mean, if it's something you want in every video, then let me know and maybe we'll work something out. But I don't know, having my ugly mug in the corner of a video is something that I don't really want to have. The chance of that actually helping me is pretty damn low. Because let's face it, you see someone like me and you're like, nah, I ain't subscribing to that. As they say, you've got a face for the radio. Anyway, enough making myself feel like crap. I'll update you when we start our descent. Top of descent is about 10 miles away. So we will program the initial descent. We'll go for flight level 100. Just because there's a restriction to slow down. Speed limitation point to 250 knots. But actually we were already at 250 knots before that because of that restriction at Delta 164 X-ray. Not that it makes any difference, but whatever. See, if there was ATC, then life would be a bit different because it'd actually give us some sort of intermediate level to drop down to, but never mind. Anyway, so there's about 5 miles to go now, so with that, push it in, descent will enunciate. You'll see the pink dot. The engines will start to spool back, and we will hear absolutely nothing, because actually, you think about it, what flight sim add-ons do badly Apart from FSLabs don't. This is the only company that I've found that actually do this properly within P3D anyway. There's some X-Plane devs that do it nicely. But when you're in a plane and you're 35,000 feet or whatever, and then you start your descent, the engines don't just cut. Like, we're still at 70% M1 right now because of just simply how high we are. Whereas, you fly the meme box, A330 or A320. As soon as your top of descent comes and you start to nose down, the engine's just idle. And it sounds really, really bizarre. It almost sounds like you've actually lost the engines, like they've just died. But whatever, I could go on all day about things that piss me off about add-ons. No cigarette disposal on an aircraft of which you can't smoke. Makes sense. Did you notice my all-encompassing EasyJet cabin? Where is it? Look at this. Christ almighty, you can even read the things? Wow. Yeah, look, the cabin is like proper. You can even see the fabric on the seats. That is really impressive. I didn't realize that the cabin was in such a resolution that was possible. Is that seat? What? They even modeled the life jackets under the seat. Christ. That's pretty cool. Oh look, it even says EasyJet on the trolley things. Not the trolley things, the bins. Anyway. I can't believe I'm actually making videos. It feels so strange. I suppose now is a good opportunity to mention that if you would like to see anything specific, be it, a specific plane or a specific route or something along those lines, I'm actually currently having a website built that allows people that are subscribers on Twitch, and I may extend that to YouTube as well, that can request flights, but not just saying, oh, fly the A320 from here to here. It's like all of the information that I want is departure airfield, arrival airfield, any scenery that you want to see used. I don't really fly to default places, so if it's not got any scenery, then don't bother. The add-on aircraft, the add-on livery, any network that you'd like to see it on. Just like, don't be generic in your requests. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, you say, oh, fly from Manchester to Heathrow. Well, actually, there's a bad example. Manchester to Palma. Well, there's like 5 million airlines that do that route. So, yeah. Just be as specific as you can. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're just passing flight level 150. Seatbelt signs are on. And actually, you can actually just see Malaga to the left-hand side there. Just the outline of it anyway. And we're essentially going to be flying out this way and then doing a huge left-hand circle to land on that runway right there. There's literally no weather, so instead I'm going to turn the terrain data on. There's nothing in the way, no bumps or anything like that. I don't know why the light is on. Not as if I need to see anything. Actually, is it though? Is there? Wow, it is. Huh. All that time we've been flying with the dome light on. What a noob. My bad. Yeah, even the floodlights for the... I kind of like those though, they look pretty nice. But that, I don't like the floodlight for the pedestal. There we go, that's more like it. Thought it was a bit bright, I just didn't think anything of it. Alright, so 4,000 feet. The missed approach for runway 31 is 6,000 feet. But we can't intercept the ILS at 6,000 just because of the way this approach goes, so we're going to have to keep it at 4. We can intercept from 4 though, so that's fine. This is so strange for me because I actually vaguely remember this from when I went on holiday here. It was about 15 years ago. Because I remember the drive from the airport. We went out of the airport and then we followed the coastal road all the way down. And I honestly believe that we actually probably stayed somewhere here. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to go onto Google Maps and I'm going to see exactly where it was. Because the name of it, you know, like, you don't know the name of, well, you remember the name, but only if you, like, saw it spelled out. Yeah, there you go. So we stayed in a place called Torremolinos. And I remember this here. We stayed a little bit further up the road from this, so I bet you that where we stayed was probably around here somewhere, maybe this, like, stretch. And we stayed in a place called... I wonder if I can actually find the name of the hotel. Damn. If I manage to do this, I'm going to be super impressed with myself. Oh, actually, no. Maybe we stayed in Fuengirola. I actually don't know. All I remember is there was a train station set back. And knowing my luck now, I'll spend so long trying to find this place that I'll miss all of like flap speeds and everything, and I'll end up crashing. Looks like we're doing okay. Random ship in the water. I still can't find where I stayed, by the way. This is gonna really trigger me now. I'm actually, if it wasn't 8 AM, I'd call my dad and ask him. I just remember it, like, the hotel we stayed in backed onto the beach. Like, literally, you walk out the back of the hotel, and you were at the beach. But for the life of me, I cannot remember what it was called. And now I'm even doubting if it was either Fuengirola or Torremolinos. It might have been something in the middle. Because it was on a hill. But is that a train station? Follow the train tracks. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, it could have been this. Okay, approaching 4,000 feet. I'll reset it to 2,000. And I'll put the pressure in, which is 1015. The auto-brake disarmed itself. Interesting. Right-click the landing system so we get some sort of guidance. See, we're actually... I'm going to go into VS here because we're below the glide, and I don't want to really be way too low. Doesn't make sense at this point. I think I found it. Is that it? Yeah, I found it. No way. All right. So I'm lying. Let me just glides alive. Everything else is good. Speed's coming down. I've got 9 miles to go. I'm going to take flat 1. We'll be alright with flat 1 there. Why is it not? It says that we're on the glide, but we're clearly not. See, this is what happens when you try and do stuff. But at least I found it. We stayed in a place called Globales Gardenia, I think. It's in a place called... Torreblanca. There you go. Yeah, I've screwed this up now. I really hope it was worth it. God damn it. Right, okay. I'm going to throw the gear down. Well, I'll fix this. Don't worry. It's my own mistake. But at least I found it. Right, so... let's go straight through that. And there you go. Glide. autopilot both, 6,000 feet, because we're probably going to need it. See, now as this rears the nose up, then we can use that to slow the hell down. Alright. 200 knots, flap 2. There we go. This is some really shoddy flying, but whatevs. Spoilers coming back in. And then we can just go full flap. Beautiful. Look at that. That actually does look stunning. Right. Autopilot's coming out. My aircraft. I'll get that back on the glide, honestly. The great thing about an Airbus is, once you're fully configured, it's really easy to descend. There's so much drag on the wings that you can just, well, as you can see, no problem. As long as you're stable by minimums, who cares? I mean, okay, I'd probably lose my job for flying like that, but it's a flight sim. Alright, let's lift the nose up a bit. Auto thrust doing its thing. We got landing, no blue. Everything is good.
above.
Roger.
300. Minimum.
Landing or continue. I've heard them say both. Look at the cars on the motorway. It's part of the scenery that I don't have AI cars turned on.
100. 50. 40. 30.
Thrust idle.
20. Retard 10.
Bit of backstick.
5.
And we're down. Idle reverse. Water brakes on. Decel. Look at that. That is a stunning view right there. Why does my sim look so nice? I don't understand. I've not actually done anything to it. It just looks great. Alright, there's 60 knots, so reverse is in. Actually, it was more like 50 knots. And manual braking. And we will turn the tiller on. And then we'll vacate here. See the flaps coming in. Welcome to Malaga. I have no idea where they park, but I'm pretty sure there's only one terminal, or even if there's two, you've either got it right or you've got it wrong. Flight director can come off, turn that 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 off, turn those off, turn that on, and that off.
Help you complete your EasyJet
That
journey.
turn was absolutely atrocious because my rudder pedals decided they were going to slide away from my feet. I need to put some Velcro on my carpet. Oh, that's not nice. Why is the speed brakes just like chilling? What are you doing? Are they armed? Why are the speed brakes stuck up? Hello? Go down. Go down. There we go. They're down. Alright. Turn on the APU. Look at that, it's so nice. I'm going to use that screenshot I got from when I touched down as the thumbnail, because I'm pretty sure that's probably the best screenshot I've ever taken in a very long time. I could actually be a really good pilot here and Google EasyJet Malaga. Let's see where they park. stand 37, apparently. So let's have a look at the parking stands. '37 is Golf 8. I went too far, so we're going to go stand 28 instead. It was supposed to be that stand there, but I can't get around, so we'll turn left at Golf 6 and we'll go into stand 28. See, there's 28, but it says turn right and then turn left. Right, we can take the taxi light off, APU bleed on, because it's very hot here, so you want some sort of air conditioning when the engines go off. And here is stand 28. Look at that. Look at the heat coming out the back of the engine. It looks so cool. Alright, we're on idle power here. No, we're not. Alright, so we're looking for the A320 marking. Even though we're an A319, but whatever. There it is. As if there's a 747 marking here. Wow, come on. Roll forward a little bit. And brake. Parking brake set. And shut down the engines. I love that noise as they spool down. Alright, so GSX can come out and request a deboarding, and we will use Menzies. We also operate the jetway. Really? The jetway doesn't work here? Control J. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Alright. Beacon light off. Seatbelt signs off, fuel pumps off, and then we can go in here and we can chock her up. Oh wait, I think GSX already does that. Yeah, it does. Alright, there you go. Then we go to Project Fly, and we can go to the flight. -140 was the landing rate, for those of you that are interested. And there is the entire route that we took all the way down to Malaga. We were actually supposed to cruise at 370, but I had a bit of a problem, so we ended up descending down to 350. And that took 3 hours, 23 minutes block time. We burned 9 tons of fuel. Very good, very good. All right. Well, that is the end of the 2-part series from Liverpool to Malaga. I hope you enjoyed it. And as I said a bunch of times during part 1 and part 2, if you have anything you want to leave me with, be it, I don't know, constructive criticism or suggestions for some other time or some other flight or some other video, then feel free. As I said in part 1, I have no idea, honestly, it really does depend on feedback. I have no idea whether I'm going to continue this. I have one hell of an epic amount of things to do outside of YouTube at the moment, which I suppose I could talk about another day, but, you know, if I need to make time for this, I will. So really, the choice is yours. If you want to see more of this, then let me know, and if you don't, and you'd rather me just get on with whatever I'm doing, then just tell me. I won't cry, I promise you. It's just one less thing I have to do. All right, until the next time, which will... Well, I don't know when it'll be, but we'll see what happens with this. We'll just assume this goes well, and if it does, then you'll probably see another video from me. I'd imagine either towards the end of this week or definitely next week. But from myself, this wonderful A319, a very sunny Malaga, and some picturesque mountains, hills, and the occasional cloud. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra for now.